Let me just give a couple sentences on my father, George Steffes. One thing specific about him that talks about his inventiveness is that he had always professed he could fix a Model T or any farm equipment with a plier and barbed wire. And he actually went to Portland to make Liberty ships during World War II. In 1947, he came back to Dickinson again, and he wanted to start making cabinets. Anyway, there was not a building, there was a shortage where you couldn't get cars, you couldn't get lumber. But he was able to find a dance hall in Sentinel Butte. He took this dance hall apart, board by board, a fun start to Steffes Cabinet Shop. Our family lived in 20 feet of that 70 feet, and I lived there until I was in the 8th grade. So I literally grew up in a manufacturing setting.
With my father's venture into small metal fabrication to make the machinery to build church pews, it opened the door for future opportunities for the business to continue to grow and evolve, a philosophy of reinvention that's still valued today.
In 1967, my father retired, and he had a hobby shop, and he had a lathe and a welder in this little hobby shop, and he could just work on whatever project he wanted. I went away to school at NDSU in 1969, and studied for 4 years to become an engineer. And I could have gone to work for Trane or Firestone, Caterpillar, various others, but I opted to come home. And so 15 years after 73, we had like 12 employees, and we never knew what we were going to do next month.
But we continued to push forward and explore new opportunities. Quitting wasn't an option, and we embodied that as a family and as a business.
Something Dad always says, it's never as bad as it seems and never as good as it seems. And you need to continue to trudge forward and, show up and work hard and find a way together as a team to work through it.
The kids are all fully aware of what goes on in the business, and they've been with it. From day one, we've been bringing them out here, and they see the hours that Paul has put in and what it takes to get a business going.
I was fortunate to be raised in an ever-evolving manufacturing environment where innovativeness and innovation was valued. And I'm grateful to have the opportunity to raise my children and possibly future generations in it as well.
By about 94, we were nicely profitable, and we've never looked back, and we've continued to try and reinvent ourselves every 5 years. We've continued with that philosophy.
That is something that is you, but something that we just need to work our hardest to capture that right here in this company, because I think that's what's going to keep us going for generations, is that sense and that purpose of being that reinvention. That's our culture in a nutshell.
Our culture of innovation and philosophy of reinvention has allowed us to pursue opportunities for expansion, which has resulted in 4 manufacturing facilities in various satellite locations across the United States. Something we wouldn't have been able to do without a commitment and dedication to our employees.
I like to believe that we have allowed people the space, the freedom to make mistakes, to advance, and hopefully it leads to an ultimate ability to continually grow.
I think employees can feel confident that they have the best of both worlds, where you have the culture of a family, but you have a professional management.
The meaning of life is to find your talent or your gift. And the purpose of life is to give it away. And if you bring that into Steffes, we certainly have a desire to get the best out of every person, to get them to be who they can be. And once they become this great contributor to the company and to society, they're Their purpose is to pass that along to the next generation, to the next employee. So there can be this perpetual reinvention going on so that we can have a multi-100-year kind of history.